Mr. Beast, Logan Paul, and KSI have come together with their newest business adventure, an alternative to Lunchables that will feature Mr. Beast's Feastable bars as well as the collaborative Logan Paul and KSI Prime beverage in an effort to bring about a healthier Lunchables for people who already eat Lunchables and the internet hates it. The newly launched product Lunchly is designed to be a Lunchables competitor. As with pretty much every product that these YouTubers have come out with, they're really just designed to be a competitor for an already existing, wildly successful product like Mr. Beast Feastable bars in direct competition with Hershey bars, as well as Prime Hydration being a direct competitor to something like Gatorade or Powerade. Lunchly is designed to be a competitor for Lunchables, which if you're not familiar is the small, pre-made, processed lunch that's designed to be like $3 or $4 and features a Capri Sun juice box, some sort of cheese and crackers or processed pizza or nachos, as well as like an Oreo or Kit Kat, just something nice, light, fun, not microwave ready that you can just shove into your kid's lunchbox and they'll have to be able to eat or trade with their friends. It's a lunch. You guys know how lunch works, right? It almost makes too much sense how well this comes together, with Logan Paul and KSI having Prime Hydration, a product that is a beverage and can be made into different sizes and is already marketed towards kids, as well as Mr. Beast making the Feastables bar, which comes in a bunch of different flavors and is candy, something else that is featured in Lunchables pretty prominently. It was only a matter of coming together and making some processed pizza or chicken nuggets or nachos, or the ham and cheese that is so well known for Lunchables, for them to come together and make their own competitor. In theory, this isn't a bad idea. I mean, they claim that this thing can be designed to be more healthy than the already existing alternatives. Of course, it's going to be wildly popular, with 3 of the biggest names on YouTube coming together with their own products that have already seen a tremendous amount of success with their audience. Surely this will be a big hit, and if nothing else, it'll be something else on the market that you can or cannot spend your money on. What are people mad about? Let's start with a few of the facts that seem to be a little bit more grounded in nutritional information and the claims that these guys are making about their new product. Logan Paul shared this graphic on his Twitter comparing Lunchly to the leading competitor, which we all know is probably Lunchables. The one thing that you need to pay attention to is if you look very closely at the nutritional facts of Lunchables, you'll notice that there is exactly 0 clout. If you buy Lunchables, you're gonna get no bitches. And that's the main thing that Lunchly aims to improve. In every package of Lunchly, you'll get more electrolytes, which is the only actual thing on this graphic. And you know that if you want your kids to grow up big, strong, and healthy, then they need things like bold packaging and big gestures. Logan Paul was quick to respond to some criticism, which we will talk about in a second, with the notion that they're just trying to make a healthier version of Lunchables, which has been inspected for containing lead, so why are people upset that they're trying to make a healthier version of it? To which he was quickly met with a community note stating that Prime Hydration has been investigated for containing lead itself on 3 separate occasions, so it's not exactly like they have a great track record here. Plus, not to beat a dead horse, but you guys remember the whole dog pack situation trying to expose Mr. Beast, in which he compared the old Feastables bar to the new Feastables bar, which Mr. Beast used to claim was also a healthier comparison to something like a Hershey's bar, but now with a revamped formula now contains as much, if not more, sugar than a Hershey's bar, so even that's not true anymore. Not to mention, a few internet sleuths have taken a time to take a look at Lunchly's website and have found language that has stated that if any issues were to arise with your purchase of Lunchly, then you already agree through their terms and service to handle it through arbitration rather than going through any formal court proceedings. If that sounds familiar, that's because this is the same language that existed in the Disney Plus contract that led to Disney trying to get away with killing a guy's wife and then force him to not be able to go court over it because he signed up for Disney Plus. According to one Twitter user, the same language does not exist on Lunchables' website, so that's something to keep in mind. Lunchly might kill your wife. Aisha, don't buy the new Logan Paul Lunchables. Don't do it. They'll kill you. What do you mean you had it for lunch? Let's be fair with ourselves. Processed food is processed food. Is it possible that Mr. Beast and Logan Paul and KSI are going a little bit too far in stating that their Lunchable alternative is healthy? Yeah, probably, but it's processed food. Is it fair to say that it's a little bit better than the already existing super mass-produced Lunchables that's probably just putting profits above everything else? Yeah, sure, they can have more protein, better cheese, more electrolytes, and whatever else you want to claim, but the real situation isn't that everybody feels like this product is going to kill children. No, the real issue is more so the spokespeople that have decided to get behind this new product that is very clearly being marketed directly towards children as people that aren't exactly the cleanest businessmen in the world. What happened to YouTubers, man? I can't not say anything anymore. This is selling stuff for the sake of making money simple. How does this benefit their fans? This is selling crap to kids who don't know better than to trust the people who are selling it to them. Do better. This is a tweet written by one of the godfathers of Minecraft YouTuber Dan TDM, well-respected content creator in the space, and not only did it evoke such a discussion that it was met with responses by pretty much every single one of these YouTubers that are making this Lunchables brand, but I also think perfectly embodies the reason that everybody feels a little bit icky about this new business endeavor. It was one thing for Logan Paul and KSI to make Prime Hydration, to make a new drink. It competes with Gatorade. Maybe you want sports people to drink it. Maybe you want to make a bunch of fun flavors for people to have a healthier alternative. Or maybe you just want to make a promotional company so that your brand can be plastered all over boxing fights and UFC events, much to the tune of Red Bull. When Mr. Beast made Feastables, it was alongside a long slew of business endeavors he made with his merch and Mr. Beast Burger. It was only expected that something like this was just so that he could break out of making money on ads on YouTube into a more legitimate business. But with Prime Hydration more and more just being marketed towards children with the new flavors and the advertising they have around it being sold out in stores and being resold on the streets, all the videos of which show very young kids being the ones that are most attracted to this new clout beverage, and of course the entire discussion around Mr. Beast basically using his Feastables bars as mini lottery tickets to try to win some sort of interaction with him in his videos, it became very clear that over the course of time, most of these products were really just trying to get their kid audience to spend money on whatever it was they were selling. But at least there was an air of plausible deniability that maybe they were trying to break into mass market appeal and become the next Hershey's or the next Gatorade. But with making something as simple as Lunchables, something that is marketed, catered even, directly to young children to be eaten at school and traded with their friends, it feels like they might as well be selling pacifiers and diapers at this point. You're no longer hiding the fact that you're trying to make merch that might be representative of your artistic brand or something to raise money so that you can make better videos or whatever. These are multi-millionaire business CEOs more than they are content creators at this point. So for them to make a product that is directly designed for children, it really just feels like there is no soul in this product. It's just designed to use all of their clout and their views and their subscribers as a number to share with a marketing company to make them feel like they can sell more of this product than anything else, and that no longer feels like YouTuber merch. It no longer feels like you're supporting a creator with your purchase. It more just feels like they're using their advantages in the market space to try to sell something to the best of their ability to make a bunch of money. Is there anything wrong with making money? No. But if these were big CEOs, if this was Mark Cuban coming out with a brand new product, you would at least view it as somebody who has a lot of money trying to make more money. But with these three people coming together with products that they already exist, it feels more like content creators trying to sell merch, but instead of having that relatability of I'm gonna support my creator, it feels more like you're throwing a bunch of cash at Jeff Bezos and Jeff Bezos is telling you it's good for your kid. Logan Paul retweeted this and responded, "I'll tell you what happened to YouTubers. We spent our lives creating content and building our brands. Now we want to build businesses," before stating what he did about Lunchables containing lead. Trying to paint this as if Logan Paul spent all of his time making YouTube videos in an effort to give free content to his audience and now he deserves to build a successful business is stupid. Nobody asked you to make a video every day, bro. Nobody asked you for the cringe music videos, nobody asked you to film a dead body, and nobody asked you to launch a bunch of NFTs and then rug pull them, scamming a ton of people out of money, which to my knowledge you still have not paid back. My issue with this is these are some of the biggest YouTubers on the platform, whether I like it or not. So at some point, there's going to be a situation fingers crossed, where I am blessed enough to grow my channel to the size where I can do something like launch a Gamer Subs flavor, or open an animation studio so I can make my own anime here in the States, or anything like this, and I can already feel like there is going to be a bad taste in the back of the mouth of whoever needs to try to help me do something like that, knowing, oh man, I gotta do this with working with a YouTuber? You remember those 3 YouTubers who tried to make a Lunchables brand and then poisoned an entire elementary school? I don't know if I want to get into that. And now I have no control over this because you decided to do it shitty. KSI responded to this tweet by stating that Dan TDM had a U-Tunes figure, and so because you sell something that's obviously for kids, you're just as bad as we are, right? Only to be met with a community note and a ton of people responding to it, pointing out that he has the exact same figure made by the exact same company. The community note even goes as far as to say that the founder of U-Tunes used to work with Sidemen, and so it's like you launched the company, basically. The dude who makes U-Tunes that you're now criticizing came to fruition working with you. He responded again to people pointing out that there isn't really a comparison between somebody making a little toy as merch as you making this sort of food deal, to which KSI responds with the fact that Dan TDM has also partnered with some sort of food subscription company that you can pay for monthly and get similar child-focused snacks. Although the community notes on this one would point out that this video was from 9 years ago on Dan TDM's 3rd channel, so you are really scraping the bottom of the barrel just to pull somebody down to your level. Finally, Mr. Beast would respond to people criticizing the new product basically by just stating facts about the fact that they have real cheese versus cheese products and it's less calories and more electrolytes and blah blah blah. The key thing to take away isn't that Mr. Beast isn't specifically saying anything as stupid as Logan Paul and KSI, not arguing with people on Twitter per se, but the fact that he's responding to this within 24 hours of them launching this brand whatsoever, when it's been several months of Dogpack 404 making videos accusing Mr. Beast of running illegal lotteries, unsafe working conditions, as well as most recently, Amazon and Mr. Beast being sued by a contestant on his new Beast Games endeavor for allegations of sexual harassment, and has not spoken on any of that whatsoever, and yet is responding to these things as we speak, is a little bit worrying. It's a little bit hard to believe that Mr. Beast would have the well-being of any children in mind whatsoever when selling this product, when it feels like he doesn't have any of his contestants or collaborators' health, mental well-being, or sexual safety in mind during one of his TV productions. One would imagine with all the money in the world, these guys would be able to pull off something that was really groundbreaking, but the reality is that when given the ball, they fumble it. Rosanna Pansino, after facing a tremendous amount of backlash for speaking out about the unfair competitive nature of the Mr. Beast video that she was a part of, I think a couple years ago at this point, has now beautifully and poetically become the spokeswoman for all things against Mr. Beast production in his videos and in his new show. In a few tweets, she speaks to the fact that she has also had a product in Walmart for many years and is deeply familiar with the process that it takes in order to make a good product, saying that she has backed out of 8-figure deals with Walmart and other big name brands in an effort to try and preserve the fact that she wanted to make something authentic, organic, and good for you, and has given up, to her name, tens of millions of dollars when it turned out that they couldn't make a product that good. She goes on to respond to saying that it is perfectly possible for you to be able to make something organic or healthier and not completely full of preservatives and still be able to keep the cost low, basically directly saying that despite the fact that these guys are claiming that their Lunchables competitor is healthier, they could absolutely could have, as Dan TDM said, do better. The big cosmic piece of justice in this is that everybody who has an opinion on the matter has a legitimate opinion on the matter. When you have an audience as big as somebody like Mr. Beast or Logan Paul, it isn't fair for you to only take the feedback of the little kids who watch your content and aren't going to have anything negative to say about it, because they're going to buy anything that you sell. And that's not a good enough excuse for you to just start selling anything. Rosanna Panzino, Jacksepticeye, Dan TDM, and even my goofy ass, with all the criticisms that we might have about your new product, are just as legitimate concerns as any of the kids buying your stuff and not saying anything. In fact, it's doubly important that people go out of their way to call you on your BS when people like Logan Paul have had a history of NFT rug pulls, and Mr. Beast, while claiming that this is healthier, has made other products that have turned out not to be. And I think it's equally valid criticism to say that these guys are acting like massive man-children for facing the smallest bit of criticism about something that clearly has a lot of moving parts. Your average 15-year-old Beast watcher probably doesn't know how much sugar is in their Lunchable. The average 16-year-old Logan Paul fan has no idea what an NFT rug pull is. It's even more important that people who are aware of these things remind everybody that these three businessmen are exactly that, and this product is a product. I think it's incredibly sad that somebody like KSI and whomever else would stoop down to punching down on other YouTubers' collaborative endeavors or merchandise that they have made in order to just make their own products look better. The echoing thought through all of this is that these three guys have gotten too big to be in touch with their audience or the audience whatsoever at this point. Mr. Beast is effectively a TV studio at this point. Logan Paul is a WWE mainstream celebrity, more so than they are YouTubers. And so it just feels disgusting that they would take an opportunity to look down on other YouTubers and their endeavors in this work simply because they don't support the things that they're making, when it feels clear to everybody, YouTuber or not, that they themselves feel completely disconnected with what it means to sell a product as a YouTuber nowadays. It's possible that Feastly is great. It might be better than Lunchables. It might be the #1 thing to bring about world peace for all I know at this point. But these three guys coming together to become the face of it is not something that I can get behind wholeheartedly and feel like is going to be good for the entirety of the content creator landscape. I don't think anybody looking to make their own version of PewDiePie's chair or a mobile game or anything like that is going to look to Lunchly as the gold standard for what YouTubers can accomplish when given the opportunity to make a product for their audience. It's not that. That's all I got to say on the matter. Big shout out to the patrons. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. If you guys want to see my videos every day, remember to subscribe so I show up in your inbox, and I will catch you guys tomorrow with another one, yeah? Peace.